So there is a couple of good reasons why I don't buy cryptocurrency, and at the end of this video you might actually agree that you shouldn't do it either. So to start this video on the right track, there is obviously many different kind of investments, and yes, I consider buying a cryptocurrency an investment also, which I'm gonna come back to it a little later. Just keep in mind though, this is not a financial advice, so whether you ever decide to buy cryptocurrency or stay out of it is completely up to you and your responsibility. I'm just simply sharing my humble opinion. Now if you're just like me, whoa, stop it, I wasn't talking about my weight, okay? But I'm sure you are aware of how hard it is to save money lately, especially with the current inflation, so the question is, if you're actually able to save some money finally, where do you actually put it so it will grow your profits? Obviously for most of us, we don't want to keep our money under the pillow. Obviously that wouldn't be safe, so what do you actually do? Do you deposit the money to regular savings account? Well, yes, you can, and technically that money will be safe, but then not really, because with the current inflation rate between 4 and 8% on average, and your money gaining only 0.02% interest in the bank, especially in one of these larger banks, so the money is not safe either, because that money is pretty much losing the value every single day. Then you have the high yield savings account, and even though this is not investment technically, but at least these online savings banks pay you between 4 and 5% interest on average, so even though maybe you don't beat inflation, but you're getting close to it at least. But then of course you can build real investments portfolio, so whether you open retirement IRA account or Roth IRA, for most part that money will be able to grow 8 to 10% a year on average, at least in the long term of course. And yes, those investments are relatively safe, however they don't grow that fast, at least not for the first 2 to 3 years, until the compound interest starts to kick in, and then they grow faster. And same thing with the bonds, they are pretty safe too. Now if you're brave enough or actually smart enough, then you can try to do daily stock trading, and yes, there is ton of more risk, but if you become really good at it, you can actually make decent amount of money. Now daily trading is definitely not for everyone. I don't think personally I would take that risk, but obviously there is some people who do and they benefit from it. And this brings me to the topic of cryptocurrency. So like I've mentioned in the beginning of the video, I consider the cryptocurrency as an investment, and the sole reason I do that is because I consider every single activity or financial purchase that can bring nice financial profits and investment. Now if you look at the cryptocurrencies, and to be more specific, Bitcoin for example, in 2009 when nobody pretty much heard about the Bitcoin or nobody wanted to buy it, the first ever trade of Bitcoin was, and that's besides the founder of the company, that transaction was for 5,050 Bitcoins, and guess the price of it. What did you think, $1,000? $5,000? No, for 5,050 Bitcoins the total price was $5.02. Yes, you heard that right. $5.02 for 5,050 Bitcoin, which was basically 1/10 of a cent for 1 Bitcoin. So at the 63,000 price today per 1 Bitcoin, if that original buyer would only sell the Bitcoins worth of 10 cents, which is basically 100 Bitcoins, that would be $6,300,000. And he would still have 409,050 Bitcoins to sell. Crazy. So before I tell you the 3 main reasons why I'm not gonna buy the Bitcoin anytime soon, or pretty much any cryptocurrency, I just want to say this. If you already have nice retirement fund, obviously if your portfolio is healthy and you have nice emergency fund, then sure, if you want to buy some cryptocurrency, and even though it is pretty risky because they fluctuate a lot, but with the extra money on your hand, you might do it because you're not risking that much. Your future and especially the retirement is already secured. But for the rest of us, the cryptocurrencies might be not such a good idea. So with all that being said, the very first reason I'm not gonna buy cryptocurrency is that pretty much all the governments in the world are actually trying to come up with their own cryptocurrencies, and whether they will be successful or not, obviously the time only will show. But the second thing is they're trying to regulate the cryptocurrencies. So since the main benefit of cryptocurrencies is that at least right now they are not controlled by any central bank, if the government will be able to put stronger restrictions on cryptocurrencies, and they're not gonna be these independent coins, or the cryptocurrencies will have to comply with central banking system, and obviously I don't wanna be part of that, because then the cryptocurrencies will lose value very quickly. Second reason I'm not gonna buy any cryptocurrencies is that since actual prices of the crypto coins pretty much depend on demand, so if there is more demand for the specific coin, let's say Bitcoin or even Ethereum or Litecoin, then obviously the price shoots up, but then it can go down too. And with ever changing money markets and stuff stuff like that, inflation and etc., the demand for pretty much any cryptocurrency can go down, so I'm just not willing to take that risk. And the third and very important reason is that since the cryptocurrencies are not very steady, they always fluctuate in the prices up and down, and I don't want to live in consistent stress. I want to be able to actually sleep at night nice and peacefully, so that's why for me personally, even though the cryptocurrency can potentially bring nice profit at some point, but it can easily go down too, you just never know, and that's why I can see myself investing into cryptocurrency. And maybe for you it's different, maybe the cryptocurrencies are good, but if not, consider safer investments, for example some good investment stocks and etc. That's obviously if you already have 3 to 6 months emergency fund, and one of the best places to keep the emergency funds is actually a good high yield savings account. Speaking about high yield savings accounts, make sure to check this video next. That's where my savings is, and Capital One is definitely a reputable bank. And as always, thank you for watching.